Hey everybody, welcome back. I just want to talk about my recent trip to the dentist and really good news. I do have dental insurance, but I do have naturally I do have like a dry mouth. I've been told by several dentists over the years and dental hygienists, dental assistants, I do have a really dry mouth, so I am prone to cavities. And I don't really drink soda pop that much. I used to drink a lot of soda, a lot of pop, and that used to increase my uh, the activity of my cavities popping up, so I've cut that out big time. I hardly ever drink soda anymore. I try to avoid fruit juice too, and as part of my diet plan, I'm on very minimal pop, very minimal fruit juice because that stuff is just loaded with sugar, and sugar, is really a number one. I'd say probably number one weight gainer. So, anyways, I had no. I've had like so much work done over the years, and even with dental insurance, it's still only like with crowns. I've had like 8 crowns done, and it only covers half. They're like 1,000 out of pocket, but even the insurance, you still have to pay like half, still like $500. And usually cavities that cover like 80%, and you only have to pay 20% for those. I know years ago I did have to have like 3 separate appointments or 4 separate appointments. I hadn't been to a dentist for a year, and I have to, as much as I hate going to the dentist, I have to keep up. Because if I don't, my teeth will just go to shit. And I did that twice, and yeah, I didn't learn the first time. I learned the hard way both times. But I know I didn't go to a dentist for like a year and a half back when I was like 25. This is like 20 years ago. I'm almost 45 now. And I was just in so much pain. And the dentist told me, he's like, yeah, there's a reason you're in so much pain. He's like, you got like this is back when I was a heavy soda drinker. He's like, you got like 9 cavities in your mouth right now. I'm like, holy shit, no wonder. And when I moved to Arizona, I think I didn't go to a dentist for about 2 years, and I don't think I had any cavities, but they said I had a lot of gum recession, so they said that I needed a deep cleaning. I think even with insurance, that cost me like $800 out of pocket, and I had 2 crowns redone just last year. They only give you an allowance of like 1,500 a year, and that's out of pocket for the rest of the year. So he had 2 crowns rebuilt. They kind of like break down over time, and I thought that they were going to. I still had to pay like I think it was between like $1,700 or $1,900 out of pocket for all this. I think I needed a root canal in one of them before I got the crown, and they were trying to deny it. Like I thought I was going to have to pay all of it out of pocket because I had it done, and I paid the 50%. I set up a payment plan, paid the 50%. It was like between $1,700 and $1,900. Paid it off like 6 months, but yeah, they were still trying to deny it. They were like talking about having me pay for it full, like out of pocket. They wanted to know. I knew I had the crowns done sometime within the last 10 years because I got so many of them done. I said, well, they're probably done. They want to know when I had them done originally, what practice I had them. They want to like look into it. I thought they were going to deny it, but I guess they finally gave in and covered it. And recently got an yield, but I already paid $1,700, $1,900, but I thought they weren't covered at all because I recently got an EOB saying that I still owe the practice like $1,700 or $1,900, and I double checked on it, and they said, oh no, you don't owe anything. That they actually had a credit. They said that's the money you've already paid. So yeah, I went to the dentist on Saturday, and no cavities, and there was a couple spots where there's gum recession. I guess I'm brushing too hard. I guess got to brush softer, and just a couple spots they have to look at. And I know last time they do like this water irrigation. I know even with a topical to numb your kind of like Ambisol to numb your teeth up a little bit. I was in excruciating pain having like this water irrigation done. So I told them, I don't know if there's any way around it. Um, I felt like so much root pain. I was in excruciating pain. I'm not very tolerant of tooth pain. And I said, the last time we had the irrigation done, I said I was in so much pain. I was excruciating pain. I wanted to scream. I was like, is there any way I can skip it? Or is there any way around it? They said, well, they'll still give you topical. But they said, we understand if you're having root pain that, squirting water in there would probably not be too pleasant. So he said, we'll just pick around. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. We'll just use the mirror and pick around with the wire. It takes a little longer, but you shouldn't feel any pain, or if anything, very minimal. And that's what they did. And it didn't feel hardly any pain at all. I think just those 2 spots, those where there's gum recession. Yeah, I did feel like root sensitivity in those couple spots. And tooth is clearing up. I had like some people where I had the crown done. I said there can't be need for another, it can't be another cavity, it can't be another root canal or another crown. I just had a root canal done in that tooth too. And just with a root canal, you usually have pain with not only hot food, or not only cold food, but hot food as well. It was just like cold sensitivity. And they did find, I was, flossing really lightly because was having a lot of pain up there. And there was a pretty big gap, and they did clean it out pretty good. They said there was some inflammation and there was some food stuck up there, and they cleaned it out pretty good. And ever since, they were talking about possibly putting me on an antibiotic. They said there's a little pocket of something that they saw on the x-ray, no cavity or anything like that. No need for root canal, but they said it was like a little bit of inflammation. They said it could be related to sinuses, and I know my sinuses have really been acting up lately. The springtime with all this blooming, I've been blowing my nose a lot, coughing, sneezing, had kind of like a runny nose. So I'm gonna see how it goes. Ever since Saturday, today's Wednesday. It was just 4 days ago, and then that tooth feels so much better since they cleaned it out pretty good. Did as much as they could without putting me in excruciating pain. And yeah, I told them I'd call them back if I had any more. I said next step will be an antibiotic. I told them I'd call them back if I had any more problems. But so far, the last 4 days, I haven't had any problems. So I was, yeah, really happy. I just need a checkup, and that's always good news for me when I have to have dental work done a lot. And I do everything I'm supposed to do. I floss several times a day and brush twice a day. I do everything I'm supposed to do. The only thing is I got brush a little easier. I do tend to brush a little too hard, and that's not good to be that abrasive. So I got to ease up on that. But yeah, I was very happy, and like I said, I've had so much work done over the years. I was thinking to myself, like, how much more could I need to have done? I've had like 2 or 3 root canals. I've had, God, probably like 20, 30 cavities maybe, so going all the way back to the time I was a little kid. I've had my wisdom teeth pulled out, other teeth pulled out. Yeah, like 8 crowns, a couple onlays, which are sort of like, they're like partial crowns. So, man, yeah, a lot of work done over the years. I probably spent between, I say over the last 20 years, and maybe even more, I'm positive I've spent at least $10,000 on dental, even with insurance. I've spent like at least like $10,000 on dental work over the last 20 years. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all real soon with another great video. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. Talk to you all soon. Bye.